you've got the fucking answer. Just do that. And then it's all solved. You don't need to complain about it. In fact, you can be grateful because it outperforms the balance sheet. I look at the global debasement. It's about 10% a year plus the inflation rate, so whatever it is. But, crypto on average does about 100% a year, even if you take into account the down cycles. You're getting more than compensated. It's the best. It's like an alien asset class when it comes to risk reward. It's fucking alien. You've seen that chart. I think I posted yesterday on Twitter, Yuri and Timmer's chart. There's like all the risk reward of all of the major asset classes. And it's like NASDAQ looks pretty good and gold is pretty crappy and whatever. And then there's this white space on the sheet. So they're all clustered down there. White space, white space, white space, Bitcoin. It's like it's a total alien. We've never had an asset that performs like this in all of history. And the risk-adjusted return is like any other asset we've ever been given. And people want to spend all day complaining on Twitter. I'm like, it's a gift. It's here. It's been given to you. Just take it. Lord Satoshi, as you would say, has given you the gift. Just take it.
Yeah, it's very simple. Don't use any leverage. Hold it. I mean, if you want to trade it, trade it. It's fun. And, I'm a trader and I really enjoy these markets. But yeah, it's just like constantly reminding yourself, keep it simple. And obviously, because I run my own portfolio, then it's like, okay, well, what other things can we build in this ecosystem to actually build like a parallel financial system? And that's obviously super exciting to see what, younger people are creating of like, how do I reimagine an interest rate swap? Or how do I reimagine how to do derivatives trading? Or how do I reimagine how to do self-sovereign identity or whatever it is that you're into in sort of the DeFi space? I think is super cool. Like all these experiments are being run. Of course, it's risky, but it's exciting. It's interesting. It's progress, hopefully.
I'm getting really interested, and you'll understand this as well. When I heard about Fire Dancer, I was like, Solana, great. I had a bunch, and then I just went kind of all in for this cycle. When I learned about Fire Dancer.
What's Fire Dancer? I'm not.
Okay, you'll like this. So I'm at Masari mainnet, and firstly, Colleen from Brevin is on stage talking. She's like, oh yeah, and then Fire Dancer's coming. We think this is a really big deal. We know the Jump trading team really well. I'm like, I don't know, but Colleen's smart, so I'll listen to her. And then Tolly was on talking about Fire Dancer, and he's dropped the line, well, theoretically, Solana's 65,000 TPS, but Jump Trading have developed a validator that is 1.2 million TPS. And it's just a version of Solana. So it's not a different token or anything else. It's just one of the validator nodes of Solana. Now, so Jump, they got this guy, and I went down the rabbit hole. The guy's like a fucking nuclear physicist or whatever. And he's just like, well, we're a high-frequency trading firm. So the only thing we solve for is speed of light. Because, it's all fiber optic cables. It's just how close can you get to the exchange and how fat is the cable? That's their entire game. So he's like, well, we want crypto rails, so we've just built something fast enough. So they rebuilt it. And even Tolly's like, okay, this is exactly what we should have done. So it's a complete step change. So it's in testnet right now. It goes to mainnet sometime this year, later on Q3. But I think this is finally the ability to build exchanges on blockchain rails in a way that you can have market making, high frequency trading, all of the things that you need to create massive pools of liquidity. That got me really interested because that's a complete step change.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I'm of the opinion that order books are nice, but I do like the AMM model because it's very simple. And if you're trying to onboard a few billion people who, even when they look at a stock app in traditional finance, are like, what the fuck is this? I don't understand this bid and ask. And whereas here, just buy and sell it. There's no order book. There's this pool of magic liquidity and all that it spits out a price. And I think I like that. I like that's very native to our space. It's easy to use, can onboard the long tail of people onto trading whatever it is they want to trade. And adding liquidity is just adding, A and B asset to a pool. So I actually like the AMM model. I know it's simple. I know it doesn't require a lot of TPS speed to execute, but I think it fits with the type of person who is drawn into this, who doesn't have the access to a Robinhood or one of these.
Yeah, but I'm more thinking about onboarding TradFi. That other use case is we need to get rid of these old crappy rails and put it onto new rails. Just feels like, okay, this is an interesting potential way forward, and because it's being built for that purpose. It's like, okay, that's interesting to me. And let's see what applications that could be built from it. So that's the one thing that really got my focus. And I think they'll become a much bigger narrative later this year. Let's see whether anybody builds enough on it this cycle or whether it's the next cycle thing, right? Because it's early stage technology. So I guess the key message from both of us is not to fuck this up, is just keep it simple, stupid. How do you stop yourself FOMOing? Or you just keep yourself a degen bag and allow yourself to get carried away?
If I want to FOMO, the size of the position that I'm trading is so small relative to my overall stack that even if I lose 100% of the money, I don't care. And so I think that's how you do it. So if you want to FOMO in and your day job is not being on these messaging boards, knowing what the hot thing is, like if you're buying dog with hat 2 weeks after the fact because you heard about it, then don't be a full-time degen crypto trader because you're not in the know. You need to discover that shit, when it was like 1% of the value that it is today because you were in the rooms, you knew the developers, you were in that community. If that's your game, then yeah, trade it away. But if you heard about dog with head on Bloomberg and then you went and bought it and found out you lost 50% in the next tick, well, that should tell you all you need to know.
Yeah, I think, I tell people your degen bag should be kind of no more really than 10% of your overall, but I don't think I even get there because there's so much value to be had.
If you get it right, then the thing goes up 100x. Why do you need to put that much chips on the table? You're not trying to change your life with any of these coins. It's like, it's fun. You can make a little bit of money, but man, you'd be real pissed at yourself if you fucking nuked your whole stack on some Swerve token. And all of a sudden hilarious. You can't, and now you can't invest in any of what you consider the high quality cryptos that are going to be around for the next centuries, hopefully.